they think you wanna see cruise. Hey y'all, Tim Atwood here. Looking forward to the 2021 cruise, the Country Music Cruise. This is my 5th year in a row. I can't be more excited. That's the most fun I believe I've ever had with my clothes on. It's a great time. There's going to be a great cast of people there, and we would love to see you there. I'm going to be doing parts of a show to let you kind of know what's going on in the Dueling Piano Lounge. Every night, Chrissy Sparks and I do back-to-back grand pianos, and we sing and tell jokes and tell stories. We take requests, we take tips. No, we just want to let you know we'd love to have you on the cruise. And I think you'd enjoy it. If you're a country music fan, you would really enjoy it. You know what? I've got a new song coming out. It kind of says it all. It's called Come On If You're Coming.
Come on that cruise.
Sitting there pretending like you don't know that it's at least a half an hour past time to go. So where the king of the world is waiting on the queen, she said, time ain't nothing but a magazine. Come on if you're coming.
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 Come on if you're coming. Don't make me wait so long. This is earth to whatever little cloud you're on. It's a real fine line between patient and gone. Come on if you're coming.
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 Come on if you're coming. Don't make me wait so long. Better than before. Yes, the dress is better than the ones on the floor. Yes, I'd say anything to get you out the door. Come on if you're coming. Come on if you're coming. Come on if you're coming. Don't make me wait so long. I ain't a chauvinist pig, my neck is not that red. If you was a man, I'd be upside your head. Come on if you're coming.
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 Come on if you're coming. Don't make me wait so long. Come on if you're coming.
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 Come on if you're coming. Don't make me wait so long. So, come on if you're coming. I meant to tell you the background vocals was done by my lovely wife. She's actually on the recording whenever it comes out this late fall. And anyhow, Roxanne Atwood, everybody knows her. You know her, you love her, you can't live without her. At least that's my feelings. But no, we're going to have a great time on this cruise, and I'm so excited. I'm going to do a signature song that I've been doing for years. I used to work Ralph Emery's morning television show here in Nashville that started at 5 in the morning. And every day he would ask me to sing this song. Somehow or another it just started his day off right. So I've been doing it for years and years. Hopefully I'll get it right one day. A little thing called Route 66. If you had planned to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66, but it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles on the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes to St. Louis and Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, that's mighty pretty, you will see Amarillo. Gallup, New Mexico, flags of Arizona. Now don't forget Winona, this Kingsman, Barstow, San Bernardino on you. Get hip to this kind of tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66, yeah. Missouri, Oklahoma City, that's my pretty USC, Amarillo, and there's Gallup, New Mexico, flags of Arizona. Now don't forget Winona, this Kingsman, Barstow, San Bernardino on you. Get hip to this kind of tip when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
That was good.
Thank you. Did you have any fun on the cruise last year?
I had a blast on the cruise. How could you not have a blast with all the entertainment and all the things to do on board? It is, what is it that you say? It's the most fun you've ever had.
With my clothes on.
That's right.
They've got a great lineup this year. The Oaks, Mighty Oak Ridge Boys.
I think Sawyer Brown.
Mark Chestnut's going to be on. Haven't seen him in a while.
Mo Pitney, Mickey Gilley.
Oh, man, that's close to my heart right there. That makes me feel all deep inside.
And of course, Jeannie Seeley's going to be on board, and you're going to be performing with Jeannie in one of the show lounges, I do believe.
I think that is so cool. I love Jeannie Seeley, one of the most talented people I've ever met, and I always look forward to hanging out with her. You never know what's going to come out of that mouth.
You never know what's going to come out of that mouth either. And I mean you.
Thank you. Well, that's just the way it is, man. We've been all quarantined here, and man, that's just driving me crazy. Roxanne and I get along pretty well, but we have had some moments, I guess you would say.
A few,
just back and forth. I mean, we very seldom nip at each other, but it's just one of those things. I got to thinking about it. We've been only quarantined for a couple of months, but when Osama bin Laden was chased, he was in quarantine for 5 years.
That's right.
I think that would have made me crazy. And he didn't have just one wife. He didn't have just two wives. He had 3 wives. I'm not so sure he didn't call the Navy SEALs on himself. It's about time you laugh.
Boo.
I can't help it. I just,
You think these thoughts, don't you?
I know it. A friend of mine told me Roxanne got really upset because Roxanne told her, said, Tim has never bought my flowers. And I said, I didn't even know you sold flowers. Anyhow, we're going to do a little music here. Like I said, Roxanne and I have had our little bouts, but this always makes it better.
Yeah. Love this song.
My baby makes me smile. Lord, don't she make me smile. She never makes a scene, hanging all over me in the crowd. But people like to talk. Lord, don't they love to talk. But when they turn out the lights, I know she'll be leaving with me. And when we get behind closed doors and she lets her hair hang down, and she makes me glad that I'm a man. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. I hit a knob, and all of a sudden I was in a cave.
Yes, you
Sorry
were.
about that. I've got my little harmonizer. Hello, 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 hello. Anyhow, I use my little harmonizer to get those harmony parts, because I know if the harmony parts are perfect, I'm perfect. And man, that doesn't happen as often as I would sure like for it to. I was going to do one, too. Here's another one. You may even sing along to this one, but we're going to do a couple sing-alongs here in a minute. But you might know this one.
Oh, yeah.
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill. Where I found you. The world stood still on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill. Where I found you. You know what?
What?
Let's do another sing-along. I'm sure you were singing that. See if you know this one.
Are they supposed to sing at home?
I want you to sing it home. I want you to practice.
For the
If you're
cruise?
going on this cruise, you're going to have to let go and belt it out in that Dueling piano lounge.
Do you want me to sing too?
No. No, you can sing if you want to. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. We're doing the best that we can. Now, were you singing? You've got to practice up, because you're going to have to sing this one. Everybody knows this one, one of my favorites.
Oh, everybody should be snapping their fingers.
Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes on, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road, tag it. Here we go. King of the road. How about this one?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Sing us a song, y'all, the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for melody. You've got us feeling alright. Now, I'm sure you were singing along on that one. But you know what? We're going to be out in the Caribbean, whatever you want to call it. Either's right, because either's correct. Anyhow, this is going to be one of those songs you're going to want to sing along. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt.
Salt, salt, salt.
Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. and it could be my fault.
Yeah.
That's my girl there. But I hope that you will join us on this cruise. It'll be so much fun. Like I said, I've been there 4 years, and some amazing things happen. Like Chrissy and I, we only do this twice a year, so you've only got 2 chances throughout the whole year to see Chrissy and I do this. And it's so much fun. But what's really cool is some of the artists that are doing the big stage shows will come into the Dueling Piano Lounge, and we'll sing. Chrissy and I will sing harmony. Jimmy Fortune was there one year. Joe Diffie this past year was on there. God bless him and rest in peace. And who was? Oh, this past year Tracy Lawrence got up and he sang quite a bit.
Almost every night.
Every night he loved it, and so you never know who's going to stop by, what's going to happen. Johnny Lee comes by when he's on, and so hopefully you'll get to come down to the Dueling Piano Lounge and watch Chrissy and I doing what we do, which is just relax and having fun and sing-alongs and telling stories. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. What am I doing next? Oh, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story. No, that's not the one at all. This is the story of Rendicella. And actually it's Cinderella, but it's told in spoonerisms. Now, if you don't know what spoonerisms are, you can try to figure it out, because I'm fixing to tell you the story of Rendicella. Once upon a time, in a Corinth country, there lived a beautiful girl. Her name was Rendicella. She lived with her mugly other and 2 sad blisters. Now, in this Corinth country, there lived a Pransome Hince. This Pransome Hince was going to have a Bancy Fall. And he invited people for riles amount, especially pitch people. But Rendicella couldn't go to the Bancy Fall because all she had to wear was some ruddy old dags. So she just cat down and shried. Then her Gary Mudfather showed up and said, Rendicella, you can go to the Bancy Fall, but you've got to be home by the stroke of midnight. Because if you're not home by midnight, I'm going to turn you into a dumpkin. So Rendicella went to the Bancy Fall. The Pransome Hince seen her come in through a window window. They danced all night. They lell and fuv. And all of a sudden, the clock struck midnight. Rendicella staced down the rares. She got to the bottom of the rares, and she slopped her dripper. So the next day, the Pransome Hince went around the kingdom to find out who this slop dripper belonged to. Well, he tried it on the mugly other. It fit and did. He tried it on the 2 sad blisters. Fit and did. But he tried it on Rendicella, and it fit did. So they got married and lived heavily after. Now the story of the Maury is, if you want to marry a Pransome Hince, you got to go to a Bancy Fall. But don't forget to slop your dripper. There you are. That's the story of Rendicella. You know what? While we're doing this kind of stuff, I want to do a song. Jim Stafford was on a couple of years ago, and I was doing one of his songs. He walked into my show, and I did one of his songs, which was the coolest for me. Little nerve-wracking, but I did okay. But I'm going to do you another one of his songs from about 1974, I believe.
Oh, my. Talk about country.
Now, the name of this song is Wildwood Flower. The Wildwood Flower is an old country classic, and it's gained a whole new popularity. The song isn't any more popular at all, but the flower's doing real good. Well, the wildwood weed grew wild on the farm. We never knowed what it was called. Some said it was a flower, some says a weed. I didn't give it much thought. Till I was out there in the field with my brother, and I reached down for a weed to chew on. Things got fuzzy and things got blurry, and then everything was gone. I didn't know what happened, but I knew it beat the hell out of sniffing burlap. Well, when I come to, my brother was there, and he said, "Son, what's wrong with your eyes?" I said, "I don't know, I'm just chewing on a weed." He said, "Well, here, let me give it a try." Spent the rest of that day and most of that night trying to find my brother Bill. Caught up with him about 6 o'clock the next morning, naked, singing on the windmill. He said he flew up there. I had to fly up and get him down. He's about half crazy. Well, the very next day we picked a bunch of them weeds and we put them in the sun to dry. Then we mashed them up and we cleaned them off and put them in the corn cob pipe. Smoking that wildwood weed got to be a habit, but we never seen no harm. Well, we thought it was kind of handy to take a trip, never leave the farm. Big old puff of that wildwood weed, the next thing you know, you're wandering around behind all the little animals. Well, all good things gotta come to an end, and it's the same with the wildwood weed. One day this fella from Washington come by and he spied him, turned white as a sheet. Then he burned and he dug and he dug and he burned, and he just killed all our cute little weeds. And then he just drove away. And we smiled and waved, sitting there on that sack of seeds. Y'all come back now here. There you go.
Y'all come back now.
Weed.
Ah.
I love that song. I always have. Jim Stafford was always one of my favorite entertainers. We did have an incident last year, Rox. You remember that?
Oh, you're talking about the cabin next door to us?
Yeah, the cabin next door to us. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know. But if you've never been on a cruise, the toilets are phenomenal. I mean, they got suction.
Wow!
It's amazing.
That was a pretty good impression.
So anyhow, the room next to us, this lady was in the shower, and she needed to go to the bathroom, so she got out of the shower and sat on the toilet, and before she got up, she accidentally hit the handle and flushed the toilet, and it was so strong, she got vapor locked on the toilet. She could not get off the toilet. And she called her husband up. We could hear her. Henry, come in here. You've got to help me get off this toilet. So Henry went in, and he pushed. He prodded. He pried. He did everything he could do, and he couldn't get her off that toilet. And he said, "I'm going to get the maintenance man." And she said, "But Henry, I'm naked." So Henry just took off his hat and threw it over her lap, went and got the maintenance man. They came back, and the maintenance man looked there, and he scratched his head, and he goes, "Yeah, I think I can get her off that toilet, but that little guy in the hat's a goner. That's just all there is to it."
That may or may not have happened.
You decide if you think that's true or not. We're going to give you the option there. One of the things that do what?
John Conley, has he ever been on this cruise?
I don't know if John's been on there or not. If he was here, you go. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through shows only the beauty, 'cause they had all the truth. I try to do impressions. That wasn't one of my better ones today. I have days where I do it real good. Like, if he was here right now, you can guess who this. "Well, I'll tell you, Pilgrim, if they had lovely ladies like that on the trail, I sure wouldn't give my horse a second look." For those of you who didn't get it, that's John Wayne. Thank you so much. I need work. I know I do. I'm no Johnny Counterfeit.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, one of my favorites growing up to comedians. I love comedians. I love telling jokes. That's one of the things you're going to hear every night. I'm going to have new jokes, and I just love telling jokes because I love to see people smile, love to hear them laugh, love to hear them applaud. You know, applause to an entertainer is like making love to an old maid. You just can't overdo it. That was a Minnie Pearl.
Yeah, before people start writing in, Minnie Pearl told that on the Opry many times.
I worked with Minnie Pearl many times, and Roy Acuff and Porter Wagner and Jeannie Seeley, and I played for everybody on the Opry for many years and had a great time. But I'm really enjoying being out doing my own solo career. I have 3 CDs out. We're working on a new one. Like I said, it's going to be here in the fall. But on my first CD, I did this song, and I met Mickey Gilley in 1974. I was 18 years old, and he came into the club, and I had a little electric piano, and I said, "Here's your piano for the night." He goes, "I don't play electric pianos. You've got to play all night." So all night long, I'm, trying to impress Mickey. Well, I hadn't been playing piano that long, and I tore my knuckles up. I had calluses where I just ripped the hide off of it, blood all over the keyboard. And we get done, and Mickey Gilley comes over to me and he said, "Son, when you do this, you're only supposed to use your fingernail." And I went, "Dude, I wish you would have told me that a little earlier. I've got some healing to do." But on my first CD, I did this in tribute to Mickey Gilley. I sang this at Roxanne's dad's funeral. Little quiet place, Brookhaven, Mississippi. But at his request, in this beautiful funeral home in the South, there are 2 other funerals going on in this beautiful funeral home. But from our funeral parlor, this is what you heard. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Now the girls all get prettier at closing time. No, they all begin to look like movie stars. No, the girls all get prettier at closing time. When the change starts taking place, puts a glow on every face of the fallen angels on a backstreet bar. If I could rate them on a scale from 1 to 10, looking for a 9, but 8 could work right in. A few more drinks and I might slip to 5 or even 4. When tomorrow morning comes, I wake up with a number 1. Swear I'll never do it anymore. The girls all get prettier at closing time. Oh, they all begin to look like movie stars. Now the girls all get prettier at closing time. When the change starts taking place, puts a glow on every face of the fallen angels on a backstreet bar. Yep. Girls at all, 'cause I know Robert Redford, you know the halls. We all picture in our minds a girl that looks just right. Ain't it funny, ain't it strange, the way a man's opinions change when he starts to face that lonely night. The girls all get prettier at closing time. They only care to look like movie stars. Now the girls all get prettier at closing time. When the change starts taking place, puts a glow on everything, so the fallen angels on the backstreet bar. The fallen angels on the backstreet bar.
Love those.
You like my shoes?
I do. Let's see.
Jeannie Seeley bought me these shoes.
Those are pretty cool.
They
Piano
are
keys.
cool. Yeah, man.
Is this the first time in 3 months I've seen you in shoes?
I know it. It's the first time in 3 months you see me in pants.
Well, not really.
Well, I got shorts on today. But, man, I'm telling you what, it's kind of tough. I don't know about y'all, but during this quarantine, Roxanne and I are getting 3 weeks to the gallon these days in the car.
We are.
Well, I'm going to do another song here. What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. There was a gentleman a couple of years ago that passed away, a very young, early age. It was just a sad thing. Daryl Singletary. And he was a great singer. I really enjoyed. I worked with him many times, and it was always an honor to work with him. But he recorded a song that Johnny Paycheck originally did. And I used to work with Johnny Paycheck, and it just warmed my heart, because every time I'd come into the Opry and he was playing, he goes, "There's my piano player." And it just made me feel all good, man. It was just great. But they both recorded this song, one of my favorites. I think it's one of the best country songs I've ever heard. It's called "Oh Violin." I can recall one time in my life I felt as lonely as I do tonight. I think I could lay down and get up no more. It's the damnedest feeling, I never felt it before. Tonight I feel like an old violin, soon to be put away, never played again. Don't ask me why I feel like this, I can't say. I only wish this feeling would just go away. I guess it's 'cause the truth is the hardest thing I've ever faced. 'Cause you can't change the truth in the slightest way. 'Cause I've tried. So I ask myself, well, where do you go from here? Then like a fool I turned around and I looked in the mirror, and there I was seeing an old violin, soon to be put away, never played again. So one more time, just to be sure, ask myself, where do you go from here? Then I turned around like a damn fool and just looked in the mirror. 'Cause there I was seeing an old violin, soon to be put away, never played again. Just like that it hit me. Oh, that old violin and I were just alike. We'd give her all to country music. And soon we'll give our life. God bless Johnny Paycheck, Daryl Singletary. One of my favorite country songs of all time. I need to get a drink. I'm getting dry, y'all.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll remind the folks of the Country Music Cruise. It's going to be so much fun. It always is. And Tim's going to be part of it. And you're also going to be performing with Jeannie Seeley on some of her stage shows.
I love Jeannie Seeley. We became friends over 40 years ago. And I have more fun with her. The wittiest person I know. I've always tried to outwit her, but I'm just wasting my time. She is sharp. She got her own radio show on XM, Sunday with Seeley's on XM on Willie's Roadhouse. And she's just a great entertainer all the way around. Sawyer Brown's going to be on this year, too.
Yeah, Sawyer Brown. There's just a bunch of new ones. I need to
Lee
go to
Greenwood.
Yes, I'm so excited that Lee's going to be on board.
Yeah.
What a great entertainer. And they can go to countrymusiccruise.com. Real easy to find out more information. But before you go, tell them the Jeannie Seeley story about your butt and Jeannie Seeley.
Okay. This is a true story. Hang on just a second. All right, here we go. When I was with Jim Ed Brown, when I first moved to town, let me give you the backstory here. I moved to town in August of 1976. 2 weeks later, I was working with Mel Street. I'm sure you remember him. Borrowed angel belongs to someone else. I worked with him for about 6 weeks. And Jim Ed Brown was looking for a piano player, and I went and tried out and auditioned and got the job. And I worked with Jim Ed Brown and Helen Cornelius for 3 years. And then I went out and worked with Lynn Anderson for a short time and got off the road and started playing piano in the house band at the Grand Ole Opry. So anyhow, while I was with Jim Ed Brown, we were in Colorado shooting the television show Nashville on the Road. And a group of us went out to a place called Great Bear Lake. Well, me and all my wisdom at about 22, I jumped up on a stump right by Great Bear Lake, and I mooned the camera.
Which seemed fitting, right? Because you were going to bear it at Great Bear Lake.
Bear Lake.
Yes.
And my wife at the time, Diane, took the picture. Well, that was back when you had to have film. You know, we got cameras, we do it instantly now. But we had to wait for the film to get developed. Well, when we got the film back, got the pictures, we looked at it, and I thought, didn't think nothing of it at the time. But as I was mooning the camera, I had on my Jim Ed Brown tour jacket, which I'm sure made Jim Ed so very proud of me by doing that. Well, my wife, Diane at the time, she actually took a copy of that picture and gave it to Jeannie Seeley. Seeley saw it, wanted a copy, and for, I think, about 30 years, that picture of my butt was in Jeannie Seeley's bathroom. And in 2010, we had a terrible flood here in Nashville, if you recall. And Jeannie lost most everything. But one of the things that survived was my butt. And
the picture of your butt.
The picture of my butt, that's right. And anyhow, it hung in her bathroom for many years. And she married Gene Ward. And Gene told Jeannie, he said, don't put that picture back in there. I'm getting tired of looking at Tim Atwood's butt. And so anyhow, we went over to Jeannie's one day, and she told me that my butt now in the picture lives in her attic because Jean doesn't want to see it. But like I said, Jeannie and I have had some great times. Another thing that's on the cruise that's very cool to see is the Elvis impersonators. John and Cheryl are just incredible. They're from up Midwest somewhere, but they've got a great show with the different phases of Elvis. And if you really want to see an entertaining show, you need to go see their show. They're on there every year. It's just awesome. But I'm doing this for them just to let them know how good they are. So I'm fixing to do an Elvis medley.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where the elder country boy named Johnny B. Good. He never learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing the bell. Well, go, go, Johnny, go, I said go, go, Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go, Johnny, be good. Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go, now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off on my blue suede shoes. You can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do. Honey, lay off them shoes, now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off on my blue suede shoes. Everybody suede shoes. Blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Blue, blue, blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. They said you was high class, but that was just a lie. They said you was high class, but that was just a lie. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Go, 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 go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be good.
All right. Woo! Did that one wear you out?
Yeah, I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old and too fat to be doing that.
Oh, honey, you're not too old.
I love that woman, don't you? Isn't she just the best? No wonder I didn't buy her damn car. Anyhow,
There's time for one more song.
that's awesome. I think we ought to do the gospel medley.
Sure.
Well, I grew up playing in churches and playing these old songs, and they always make me feel good. I am a Christian. I enjoy living my life the correct way for me, and I always give thanks every day when I wake up that I get another turn to be on this old planet, and just trying to do the right thing. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Anyhow, here's some old gospel songs. Sing along, because I'm sure you know them.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away
In the morning.
when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh
Do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me.
way beyond the blue. There is power,
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 power, wonder-working power
in the blood
in the blood
of the Lamb.
of the Lamb.
There is power,
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 power, wonder-working power
in the precious blood of the Lamb. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder,
When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
will the circle
Be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by.
There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away
In the morning.
when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away, fly away.
Woo! So come see us, come cruise with us.
Come cruise with us.
Yes.
I want to see everybody there. I promise you, you'll have a good time, because you know what we're doing?
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea